Ready?
Yeah.
Welcome to session 15 of our Medicare 101 sales training course. So excited. This is where we're going to get into the nuts and bolts. This is where we're going to get into the training. This is where we're going to get into the scripting. Okay? Every professional has a script where they have a mastery of language, they have a mastery of inflection, they have a mastery of cadence, they have a mastery of tone. It's like being a musician, right? It's like being a singer, right? If a singer is just monotone, it's going to bore people. If a singer doesn't have the range, it's not going to work. If a singer doesn't have the emotion and the passion and the ethos along with the pathos, along with the logos, you have to have the whole experience to move somebody, okay? So today, we're going to be talking about setting firm appointments. So guys, listen, some of you have been trained to go after many appointments, and you've done very, very well with that. Some of you guys need more appointments. Some of you guys need to study and train on how do I get people to keep their appointment, okay?
Yeah.
So Joey, the Hitman Sergeant, is here with me. I'm Chris Costanza here with Joey, the Hitman Sergeant. I'm also here with Courtney, the Senior Specialist Costanza. She loves the old people. The old people love her. They're like, you know, it's like walking into an antique store. They just love to sit together and talk together about the old times and nostalgia, okay? So here we are. She's gotten a ton of new clients for our brokerage here in just the last 7 or 8 days. A ton. Like it's just a phenomenal gift that she has, is getting the senior clients to feel comfortable and to make them feel, hey, we're part of the team, okay? Now, Joey, take us through the script A to Z, train our marketing team and our sales team. How do you get somebody from low interest to high interest in a 60-second range? How do you take somebody that said, hey, I was interested, now I'm going to make time on my schedule? There's a law of reciprocity that until you create value for somebody else, they're not going to give the value of their time back.
That's true.
So how do you earn somebody's time?
Basically, you create value. You solve the problems. Everybody's looking for a problem to be solved. Everybody's looking to get a better life. Everybody's looking to get better value out of whatever that they have right now. So you got about 10 seconds. You got about 10 seconds to earn these people's attention, to earn their business, to earn their favor, to earn their heart. You got 10 seconds. You got to call with the highest energy possible, right? Sharp as attack, high energy, as enthusiastic as all get out, and you have to be the expert in your field. So when you get on that phone, you answer that phone with confidence. You're asking for the person, right? And everybody follow along in your script. You've got a script here that has an introduction, right? It's going to tell them, hey, this is Joey with the Chris Costanza Agency. I was just giving you a quick call because, you know, I'm working on this for you. We're going to get you some savings. We're going to put some money back in your pocket. And you can read through this exactly how it's worded. But it's a value transfer. I'm saying, hey, I value what I do. I value you. And I'm going to make sure that you get what you need on the call.
Because people on the other side of the phone, they're always hoping somebody's calling me with good news.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
When I pick up the phone, I hope it's good news, not bad news.
Right.
If I pick up the phone, like, oh, it could be bad news. And then all of a sudden, hey, I'm looking to get you some savings or better coverage, right?
Yeah.
I'm not telling you the exact script, but savings, if they're a Medicare Advantage client, you say, hey, great, we're going to get you better coverage to stop the change from happening, raising your copays. A lot of changes have come out, right?
Yep.
If you raise the level of certainty for the buyer, for the prospect, if you raise the level of their certainty, they will buy from you.
Yep.
Because people are influenced by the experts in the field. People are influenceable. People are trainable. You can get a ratio of 90% of people that you talk to get you some time. You can do that. It's very possible that if you have a warm leads list, people that are high intent, you can get 90% of them to give you some time on your schedule, okay? Now, Courtney, tell us a little bit about why and how you've had some success with getting people to keep their appointments and why you feel like you're getting them moving.
Would you lean in a little bit so the camera can see you a little bit better? Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what I've learned is that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. When you're learning and you're initially starting, you're going to be going through this checklist. You're going to be going through your sheet where you're filling out all of the information, and it can feel like you're starting out. All you want to do is figure out what we need to know so you can pass it along to the agent. But as you're communicating with these clients, you want them, like I mentioned, they don't care what you know until they know how much you care. So we know all of this stuff, but we need to care about what is it that matters to them? What is it that they're looking for? What is it that they want to change, and help them solve the problem? That's what we're here for, is to solve their problem.
As a marketer, you are the face of the entire agency. The way you sound, the way you represent things, the way you talk about things, you're introducing this person to the family that is the agency. It's similar to asking somebody on a date.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're asking somebody out, you understand that you're potentially bringing them into your family. So with everything you do, you don't want to lie to them on the front end. You don't want to give them a false representation of, oh, we're not very high energy here. Oh, we don't really help our clients here. We're just about the money here. You want to give them an idea of, we're here to make your life 10 times better.
Right, so it's so key. Your tone has to be elite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your mastery of the script. You don't want to sound like you're reading it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
You want to sound like I read it 100 times, right?
Part
So
of
when
it.
I was waiting tables, I wouldn't go up and say, hey, would you like an appetizer? I'm here. I'd say, hey, so great to meet you guys. We've got some phenomenal potato skins and the bloomin' onion. Or if you guys are the type of folks, we've got the combo trio if you're looking for something a little spectacular, okay? And I would sell them on the value of what I had. I would name a few different options. I wouldn't just sit there and say, would you like an appetizer, right? You get like 30% of people to say, yeah, I'll take an appetizer, right? But if you go in there and make an experience and tell them what you have to offer, this is sales 101. Marketing is get their attention. I'm going to get your attention. So in the restaurant analogy, the appetizer analogy, right? I'm getting their attention by saying, look at these potato skins. Cheese on top, bacon bits, a little bit of that green stuff sprinkled on top. And they get the bloomin' onion. Why not do a trio? If y'all people look if you're looking for a good time, get the trio, right? You understand what I'm saying, guys? So on the Medicare, right? On the Medicare, when I'm calling people, hi, Jim. This is Chris Costanza over the Chris Costanza. I'll actually just use your first name. This is Chris over the Chris Costanza agency. I'm smiling. I'm excited. My tone's high. I've mastered the script, right? I know how to handle objections, right? Because an objection just says, hey, I'm not sure you created value enough for me.
Yeah.
Don't take it personal. They're just saying, hey, I'm not sure that you're worth my time yet, right? A yes in this business is a sure appointment. A maybe is, I'm not so sure. You can raise a maybe to a yes. Even if they say no, they're just saying, hey, you haven't communicated enough value. I can tell you this. I've converted people that said no to a date to a date. I've converted people from a no to a maybe and a maybe to a yes. You can get people, right? That's called the power of persuasion. It's called I believe in the power of persuasion. I believe the marketing is about getting somebody's attention because you've created enough value for them in that little splice of time. The first 10 seconds are the most important, and the first 90 seconds are the second most important. Okay? Hi, this is Chris with the Chris Costanza agency. I'm so happy to finally get a hold of you, Jim. I'm just calling you because I saw you were searching online for a Medicare quote. And good news, I'm able to save you 20 to 30% of your Medicare supplements this very year because we are representing 52 carriers. We don't represent the carriers, we represent you, Jim. So my part just takes a minute or two. Do you have your Medicare card handy? And are you still with Humana, it looks like? Are you still with Mutual of Omaha? Okay, perfect. You always lead with the yes questions. Why?
Always.
Because keep them in a good mood.
Yep.
Nobody wants, they've been trained their whole life. Hey, Mom, can I get an M&M bar? No. Hey, Mom, can I get this? No. Hey, no. Nobody likes no. What people like is yes. What people like is agreement. Give them a yes. Give them the opportunity to say yes to something. You know what I'm saying? How many of you guys know? They go ask their wife. The wife says no. They go ask their husband. The husband says no. They go ask everything in life. Lead them to a, for the love of God, give them an opportunity to say yes. Okay? Hey, I'm calling you. Are you still with Humana? Yes. Perfect. Sometimes we offer those people, but things have changed this year. If it's a Medicare Advantage, sell them on the change, right? Sell them on the things that change. Perfect. We've got some options that will help you with the changes that are coming out this very next year in January. We're going to help prevent those changes. Great. So listen, hey, how much are you paying for this monthly? Right? What are you paying? Right? Then you get into the specifics. You always start with the yes, get them to the specifics, right? Anybody else on the household that's doing Medicare? Or is it just you, Jimmy? Okay? Perfect. Great. I'm going to make sure we get all the discounts applied. I'm setting this appointment for Joey over here. He's fantastic. This guy's spectacular. He's the Medicare professor. He is amazing. He's got 52 carriers. I can tell you this. He represents you. He'll always, every year, shop for you. He'll look for you. He'll make sure that you are taken care of, okay? So he'll be setting it up. He's our senior agent on this Medicare side. He said everything looks good. So I'm going to reserve some time for you, Jim. And then you always give them 1 or 2 times, right? Why? Because 3 times is a crisis. Nobody's got time to think about 3 times, right? I've got some time reserved for you. What does it do? It's the power of scarcity. I believe in the power of scarcity, that when you make it scarce, and you make it seem valuable, that your time is valuable, if you believe that Joe's time is valuable, they'll internally believe that he's valuable.
It's true.
Right? So if you say, I've got some time reserved for you, Joe has a couple slots reserved just for you, everybody loves something that's reserved just for them, right?
So
you mirror to them, hey, I like you, I want to know you, I trust you. They'll mirror it back to you, okay?
Yep.
Right? And so you go into it, say, hey, our reviews are 15 minutes for your convenience. It's a short amount of time. You want to make sure the sales process handles all their objections on the front end. Because it's a lot easier to sell something when you handle the objections on the front end versus the back end, right? Mm-hmm. I'm telling them 15 minutes. I'm telling them that Joe is likable, noble, and trustable. I'm telling them that we'll make time for him. I'm telling them that we got products that are cheap or free, or we got options that cost and give you value. We've got pricing objections out the window, right? We got 52 carriers. I'm handling every objection that could possibly come into their brain, right? Y'all see what I'm saying? No time, no money, no need, no trust, right? And so if they happen to raise an objection, Joe is fantastic at this. People on the team are fantastic. When they've been trained, you just agree with the client. You always agree with the client first. Build the connection. Model agreement. Model, hey, I believe the same thing as you. Hey, I think I've got a good plan. No, I agree. I believe that you were wise and you were smart when you chose that plan last year, but I want to let you know about something. I'm actually a licensed advisor, and they've made some changes, and I want to kind of advise you on. That's why I'm calling you today. You man has changed the plan. They've changed the game, Jimmy. And that's why I'm calling you, right? I'm appointed by the government to call you to make sure you get the best possible, and I mean appointed, I mean you're licensed by the state of Missouri and Kansas, to make sure you get the best possible deal for your dollar this year. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, I don't have any time for this. Well, first off, Jim, who are we kidding? You're a senior. You know what I mean?
You ain't doing nothing.
I wouldn't go.
I'm just kidding. Just kidding. They're oftentimes very busy with grandkids.
Right. So, yeah, hey, Jim, listen, who we're kidding? We're all busy, and I appreciate how busy. I know you're busy. You look like a busy man. Okay?
You look like somebody who appreciates something done quickly and done well.
Right, exactly. You look like somebody that appreciates. You always tell people that you look like somebody and make them seem like they're a higher class individual, right? So, Jim, you look like somebody that's busy and appreciates things done with excellence and efficiency. I totally get that, right? You stroke the ego. People need their ego stroked. They might go all day long without somebody telling them a good thing.
It's true.
They might go all week long somebody telling them something nice about them, right? Hey, but Jim, listen, you look like that person that appreciates value and efficiency. I'm here to do it for you. Listen, I can do this in 15 minutes. I get it. I can do this program in 15 minutes for your convenience. If you want to go long in Jim and ask more questions, I'll make time for you, right? Everybody likes a visit. Everybody likes a good fit. Everybody likes somebody that creates value for them, okay? Hey, I don't have any money. I'm out of options this year, right? I don't have any more money. Don't call me. Hey, listen, good news is I've got plans for people that know money. I actually specialize with people that don't have any money, putting them in the best possible product, best possible plan for people that have no money.
Yeah.
Okay? And so then it's so important, the most important part of the script. It's not necessarily getting the fish on the hook. That doesn't matter. Truthfully, it doesn't matter unless you get the fish in the boat. Okay? So, using that analogy, page 1 is the fish on the hook. You got them interested, you got them committed, you've got them hooked in what you're doing. Page 2 is the most important part of the process. Courtney, will you tell us about how you have such a high closing ratio of kept appointments, okay? Because as a marketer, the number one thing that you provide value for the agency and for the clients is the amount of kept appointments you're able to put on a calendar.
It's true.
Yeah.
Nothing else matters.
Tell us about page 2, Courtney.
Yeah, you have to overemphasize this page because here's the thing. You can gather or not gather the information on this side. We can get that, but we need them to know that we're ready to do business. We're going to take care of everything. They don't have to worry about it. We're a full service agency. We'll switch everything over. Make sure you have what we need them to have, whether here it's their medications and their prescription cards handy, because that'll put them in the perfect position to purchase. We're ready to go. We're going to take care of you. And make sure they get it on their calendar, because if it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist.
So for these older folks, do you tell them, hey, write it down on your calendar, or do you tell them, hey, do you have a pen handy?
Yeah, I just ask them, hey, do you have a pen handy? Sometimes they'll say I don't. And I said, that's fine. I can wait a minute. And they're like, oh, okay, I got to go get it.
I always tell them, hey, do you have a pen handy? I can wait. Go ahead and grab that for me. Right? Because you want to maintain call control.
Yep.
You're the licensed advisor. You're the authority. Hey, do you have a pen handy? Go ahead and grab that for me. I can wait.
Exactly.
right? Stay in the power position, right?
Exactly.
Everybody's got a pen handy somewhere, okay?
Sure.
And then, or if they're technologically savvy, hey, go ahead and put me on your Google Calendar, right?
Mhm.
Now tell the marketing team how important it is to set it either the same day.
Yes. The longer
same
it
day.
is
Yeah.
out, the less likely it is to
Right,
close.
so setting it the same day, if we
Mhm.
have a licensed salesperson available, which is most of the time, that is the highest closing ratio of capped appointments that exists.
It's true.
Yes, and I'll let them know. I said, hey, my agent actually just checked this out. He was just looking it over my shoulder. He's actually already getting this started. It's going to take us about 15-20 minutes to wrap this up. Or, if his schedule is full, I'll say, he'll wrap this up for you. I can have him call you back in an hour or two, and then I say the specific time. Does 2 or 2:30 work better for you? You always offer them the 2 options, and you always offer the specific time, not just within an hour or in 2 hours. 4 or 4:30, 2 or 5 o'clock.
And I'll jump in on the second page as well. It is absolutely vital. Chris mentioned this earlier. Tone is everything. When you're going through the second page, the first page is about building the relationship. Really, that's what it is. As you're gathering information, you're driving the wedge, you're building the relationship. Oh, you've got that carrier? Oh, makes sense. Yeah, no, we used to write a lot through them. Thing is, we don't really anymore because they've made some changes that aren't as favorable for you. So we're going to get that taken care of, and it's very much just rapport building. When you get to that second page, this is where you drive it home. This is where your tone needs to go up and it needs to go down, and it needs to have these moments of pauses and making the client act, making the client write it down, making the client give you information, because at that point, that's where you're cementing the feeling that you gave them on the first page. You're cementing with the appointment through the second page.
Right, so it goes, okay, great, Jim. Everything will be ready for your review. That's perfect. We'll have everything prepared for you. Okay? That way, you're in a perfect position to purchase when Joe speaks to you at the appointment. Okay?
Vital.
You're going to want to have, as a more positioning statement, you have to have your Medicare cards handy and your prescriptions handy, because Joe's going to want to make sure we get you in the best possible plan and get you the better coverage you currently have, okay? This is for sure an appointment you don't want to miss because it's going to help you out tremendously, okay? Now, do you have a pen handy? I can wait. Go ahead and grab that for me, Jim. Okay, great. Just to confirm, we're going to do 2 o'clock today, okay? Today, Wednesday, okay? Just a couple hours, we're going to do it. Joe's going to call you. This is perfect. Now, are you the only decision maker, or does Melda need to be there with you, okay? Does Melda handle this, or is it just you, Jim? And is Melda interested in shopping for her insurance too, right? Okay, great. Is this your cell phone or home phone number? Now, what's your email? I want to make sure you get your best email down as well. And then you verify the email a couple times to make sure. That's such an important part of our communication process. Okay, perfect, Jim. Great. My pleasure to serve you today. Really excited. I'm loyally here at your service. You'll be meeting with Joe today over the phone. He's fantastic. He'll be speaking to you at 2 o'clock. It's a pleasure speaking to you today. He'll be there. And he's excited to get this taken care of for you. Okay, thanks so much, Jim. Talk to you soon, okay? And so just to review, remember, first 10 seconds, most important.
Yep.
Right? Second 90 seconds, that's the second most important, okay? And then the last 90 seconds, that is as important as the first 10 seconds.
It's true.
Okay?
It's true.
You can make a lot of mistakes in the body. I wouldn't say you can make a lot, but there's a lot of mercy and forgiveness that can happen as you're going through it.
Exactly.
But you can't mess up the last 90 seconds of the past page, and you can't mess up the first 10 to 90 seconds, okay? So it's so important when you're marketing for new money, because that's every business. I believe every business, the goal of every business is to sustain and to gather new money, new clients, new money, new people to serve. If a business stops serving people, is it really a business, right? Is it really a profitable business? The moment a business quits serving somebody is the moment a business goes out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can tell you about Blockbuster Video, right? They quit serving people and made about it themselves, right? You can take a look at all these different businesses that's happened to, right? You guys, we always teach this. Sales is service. I believe that sales is about serving people. It's about serving people with a product. It's about serving your brokerage. It's about serving your family. It's about serving all three of those in a healthy, appropriate way to where business moves forward at a healthy pace and an appropriate pace and an accelerated pace. I don't believe you need more money. I believe you need to help more people with a higher level of skill.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Let me repeat that. I don't believe we just need to have more money as a business. I believe we need to help more people with a higher level of skill, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So just remember that. There's only 4 objections that somebody could give you. No time, no trust, no money, no need. And you can handle those objections on the front end.
Yep.
But if you happen to get those objections, handle them 3 times before letting that bait off the hook, before letting that fish off the hook, right? You always handle the objection 3 times minimum.
That's true.
Okay? Why? Because you want to make sure you've done everything possible not to burn that lead and to help that person out, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we've got the amount of carriers, the amount of product selection that we have, we can always help them out, right?
Yeah.
Imagine somebody's always shopped at McDonald's their whole life, right? And you're like, hey, listen, I've got a strip mall, and I've got Chipotle, I've got Qdoba, I've got Domino's, I've got every health store, I've got these different options here. Just give me some attention, give me some time. And they're like, no, I just like going to McDonald's. Listen, I can do McDonald's. I got a McDonald's in my strip mall, and I can actually get it to you at a cheaper price. But I've also got Chipotle. I've also got all these other options.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a shot, Jimmy. What do I need to do to earn your business? Okay? What were you hoping to accomplish when you're searching online? I want to help you. Whatever I got to do, right? You want to exhaust every ounce of possibility that you've done everything possible, not just in your scripting, not just in your power language, but in the tone and the way you made that person feel.
True.
You want to exhaust the most amount of value to know that, hey, if that guy could have been moved in that moment, it would have been done by me.
Yep.
If he was immovable, nobody on earth, the greatest salesman in the world, couldn't have sold him. You want to be that confident, okay? So when we train, we don't teach to say, hey, you can get everybody. But we want to teach and train, as I believe we're going to teach and train people to sell, that if they could be God, they're going to be God. Okay?
Yes.
That if this industry says, hey, 90% of warm leads will give you an appointment if you ask the right way, if you say it the right way, we're going to train people to get 90% of people to keep an appointment.
Yeah.
Okay? Joe, anything else on this before we go into the next section?
Always, 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 when you're faced with an objection, there's 2 temptations. Okay? I would say always agree, not only in your words, but also in your tone. Because people want to do business with other people who are like them. People want to be in relationship with other people who agree with them and who like them. So when you're going through objections, I would say, if somebody says, let's say, I'm not interested, I don't have the time, I already have a broker, I don't have any money. Whatever the objection is, you want to empathize with that and you want to really connect with that. Absolutely, I totally get it. In fact, that's why I'm calling. And then you go back into the value that you create and you re-emphasize the value. Because if you agree with them, they either have to disagree with themselves to disagree with you, or they have to go along with you and they begin to realize that you actually have value. So that's the only other thing.
Right. You always want to make sure you sell the value. Right? You always want to make sure you sell the value of the appointment, what you have to offer, and the appointment, right? You want to make sure that it's clear, it's concise, and it's to the point.
Yep.
Okay? So I want to tell you something, guys. There's a power of reciprocation. If you give value to somebody, they're going to feel the internal pull to give value back, which a lot of times is their business, right? Oftentimes, when you have commitment and passion, right, it sells, that energy gets transferred to the other person. Sales is a transference of energy, number 2. Number 3, when you're certain of your product and services, that's transferred. You have to social proof your model and your explanation of services. You have to make sure there's no doubt or unbelief in what we have to offer the clientele, right? Number 4, you want them to like you by being likable. You want to be charming. You want to be somebody that imparts a sense of care and connection, right? There's a John Maxwell book that says, everybody communicates, but few connect, right? Sales is a transference of feelings and energy. I believe sales is a transference of feelings and energy, and I believe sales management is a transference of feelings and energy, right? So that's what we're doing right now. We're trying to get you guys excited about our product and our process. We're trying to get you to feel motivated. We're trying to get you to understand. We're trying to change this industry in this region to make people feel good, to take an industry that's wrought with fear and greed and say, hey, we actually care. We want to make an impact. We want to make an influence. We want to care for you on your birthday. We want to care. If you have a problem, call our office. We want to be there for you in the area and times where you have a crisis, okay? Number 5, people say yes to people they deem to be the authority or expert in their field. People say yes. They perceive that you're the expert. If you're enthusiastic as all get out, as Joe says, if you're sharp as a tack, and you're an expert in your field, people will do business with you and the person you're setting the appointment for.
Yep.
right? Number 6, if you make them feel like you're the authority, that there's scarcity, that your time is reserved for them, right? That you're the expert, that they would want to do business with you. Hey, it's got a little time reserved, but it'll do it just for you. If you create the illusion, not even the illusion, but the requirement of scarcity, like Joe's calendar is super full, right? But he'll make time just for you. People will say yes. Hey, I got 1 or 2 slots available. That's the power of scarcity. You're making Joe's time scarce to them. 2 times, I've got a reserve for you. You're going to get more people because they value him. It's like a doctor, right? Hey, I can fit you in here, right? You want to make sure we fit him in here. So, hey, thanks so much for being a part of this team. Thanks so much for your contributions. We all want to tell you here from the leadership team that we really appreciate your efforts. We appreciate your learning. We appreciate you developing new skills. We appreciate you role playing to the point of perfection. We appreciate your excellence, your pursuit of excellence. We appreciate that, hey, you're taking coaching, you're taking correction, you're taking training, you're taking your training like a champ. And so stay tuned for our next video on the sales outline, the 1-page outline, the sales flow one. How do you actually sell a Medicare appointment? What goes on? What's the entire process? What's the actual value that's created from our agency? Excited to be with you guys in this next video.